There are 5 important dates left in college football. Just 5. October 26th, Ohio State versus Wisconsin. November 11th, LSU versus Alabama. November 23rd, Ohio State at Penn State. And then on December 7th, you have both the SEC championship and the Big Ten championship. So when I look at college football, Oklahoma just beat Texas. They're going to go undefeated. The rest of their schedule, it's going to work out for them. They're going to be just fine. And then Clemson survived the one bad game. They have a bad game every single year. You know, they survived their bad game against North Carolina. They barely won by 1 point. And so to me, 2 spots are now filled on the college football playoff. Oklahoma and Clemson, they're in. They're going to make it. And yeah, I know it makes people mad. I know people don't like that. Oh, yeah, what about my team? Remove your feelings from this. Just look at their schedules and go, okay, yeah, Clemson and Oklahoma, yeah, they're going to probably go undefeated. I know there's always a chance, but when I see it, I go, okay. So then it comes down to LSU or Alabama, and then Ohio State or Wisconsin. Those are the other 2 spots. There's 2 more spots left. 2 of those 4 teams are going to make it. Ohio State has 2 really tough games coming up. They play Wisconsin and then Penn State. Likely the winner of Penn State, Ohio State plays Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship game. So to me, there's only really 7 teams that are relevant anymore to the college football playoff debate at all. LSU, Alabama, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Penn State, and then Clemson and Oklahoma, I think, are locked and going to make it in. This makes me sad. I don't like this at all. I don't feel good about saying this. I'm just telling you what I see. You might be furious. Some Notre Dame fans like, I'm so mad. My team's, why are you leaving my team? I get it. You're mad. That's what I see. And there are 3 kind of dark horse teams. There's Georgia, Oregon, and Notre Dame. And you could throw in Florida because, you know, Georgia or Florida will play LSU or Alabama in the SEC championship game. So, okay, we'll throw in Florida. But I hate the way that college football is structured. I hate it. I absolutely abhor it. It's awful. It drives me nuts. Rankings are dumb. I hate them. I really, really, really hate college football rankings. They do not make me happy. Once you lose 1 game, your season's over. 1 game. Oregon went on the road. I think they went to Dallas. They took a chance. They played a tough SEC team. They played Auburn. They played Auburn and they lost. Lost by 6 points. Season over. First game of the year, season over. Game 1, Oregon's year, they got eliminated from the college football playoff. College football rewards teams that make easy schedules. I think the better way to say that is college football's current system, the current structure of college football rewards teams who make easy schedules. I prefer the NFL. I think the NFL is far more interesting and a far better product to watch. There's a higher level of talent. There's better quarterbacks. The offenses are more intricate. Better quality football. There's fewer blown assignments. And you know what you don't have in the NFL? You don't have Alabama playing New Mexico State winning 62-10. You don't have Oregon beating Nevada 77-6. Those are real games. They actually happened this year. When have we seen a game like that in the NFL? I understand when the Patriots went undefeated, they had a couple games. They beat the crap out of the Redskins that year. But a blowout, 66-7, or what is it? It was 77-6. That's not the norm in the NFL. And in college, that happens every single year. The first couple weeks are crap. They're nothing. They're horrible games. No one watches. You have Oregon, you have Alabama playing Nicholls State. Like, what the heck? Why? When I watch the NFL, there are so many more unexpected results that are fun to me. I like when I can watch something and not be certain what's going to happen next. How often do you watch an Alabama game and go, I don't think they're going to win today? It's like once every couple of years. Like maybe the one time they got blown out by Clemson, like sure, okay. One time. Georgia's made him nervous a couple times. The Jets just beat the Cowboys 24-22, and I had no idea it was coming. That's in the NFL. I love that. It was fun. At one point, the Jets were up 21-6 at halftime. The Panthers just beat the Buccaneers 37-36. It was fun. It was close. I didn't know what was going to happen. The Seahawks-Browns was great. The Browns were up 20-6. The Seahawks battled back. They won 34-28. The Texans beat the Chiefs 31-24. The Cardinals beat the Falcons 33-34. And the Steelers beat the Chargers with a third-string quarterback. I could not have expected that. I could not see that coming. Oh, who's Duck Hodges? How did he win a game? Too often when I watch college football, I know exactly what's going to happen. Again, when you watch Alabama games, you go, yeah, Alabama's not going to get challenged today at all. I think there is one edge college football has over the NFL. It's the game day atmosphere. I just broadcasted a game a couple weeks ago. Utah versus Washington State. Yeah, it's so much fun. The student section, the band, the lights. That's incredible. Right? When you go to a college game, it's a blast. It can't be beaten, especially a good college game where it's close and it matters. I enjoy the energy of a college stadium, I think, more than I do in the NFL. If I had to broadcast games, I think I'd actually rather broadcast college football. It's fun. But right now, the current structure of college football, you lose one game, your season's over. It's terrible. Teams make their schedules as easy as possible to survive their season and get the highest ranking. I hate it. I hate it so much. And I'm sure some commenter is going to say, well, what about, Clemson almost lost to North Carolina, Zach, or Georgia did lose this week. They just lost to South Carolina. Yes, I understand that it happens, but it's rare. There's a reason why it's news in college football when there's an upset, because it almost never happens. How often does South Carolina beat Georgia? How often does UNC actually beat Clemson or even make it a close game? Very rarely. That's why it's news. That's why people talk about it. That's why they make a big deal out of it, because it's surprising and shocking. Like, Clemson's probably not going to play a close regular season game the rest of the year. This is the problem. College football leaves me unsatisfied from week to week. Every week I go like, Alabama killed it again. And this team, here's the problem. I know there are really good matchups out there in college football. Like, there are such great matchups I'd love to see. I really want to see Georgia play Oregon. That would be awesome. Like a dream come true. It'd be really fun. 2 one-loss teams, who wins, duking it out. That'd be awesome. And it's a matchup I'm never going to get to see unless they play each other in a bowl game in which maybe Justin Herbert, Oregon's quarterback, doesn't even play and starters sit out. I really want a 16-team college football playoff. I think it fixes a lot of problems with the current system. And before you say, it's impossible, we can't do it, we can't have, 4 extra games and the season ends, come on, it's too much, blah, blah, blah. Stop that nonsense. College football's lower division, D1 AA FCS, that's North Dakota State, that's Eastern Washington. They play a 5-round, 24-team college football playoff. 5 rounds. If they can have 5 rounds, can't we have a 4-round playoff bracket? Can't we do that? Most bowl games suck. What are you playing for? What's the motivation? You were the Tallahassee Water Bottle Camping Corporation Christmas Tree Bowl champions. Here's a weird plaque and a sweatshirt. Guys don't care about that. A guy who's 22 playing college football doesn't care about the Christmas Tree Water Bottle Buffalo Sauce Bowl. They just they don't care. You can make them try. You can try to make them care. But that's why and the NFL doesn't care if you skip your bowl game. And a great player who's going to be good in the NFL skips the bowl game. NFL scouts go, we don't blame him at all. It's a meaningless bowl game. How about we give people a reason to play a 16-team college football playoff? You can still have other bowl games for the crappier teams. But how about the 16 highest ranked teams or the best team, however you want to decide what those 16 are. You probably still have to keep rankings in, unfortunately. And of course, teams will still not schedule the hardest they can, but the playoff would be fun and exciting and it'd be great matchups. Those teams would have a reason to fight hard in their bowl game. They'd still get a bowl game, but this time they're fighting for something. They're fighting for a chance to win a championship, and that's cool. That sounds fun. That's what I want to see. And I once argued that we should not expand the college football playoff. I once argued that we should not, and I was wrong. It was silly of me. It was wrong. I want the college football playoff to expand. I want programs to schedule more big games. Oregon-Auburn was fun, and I think it's really sad that Oregon gets punished for scheduling a tough game at far away from Oregon and Texas against Auburn. You know, they put themselves out there, they lost, and they get punished for it. And that's lame. It sucks. And I wish they still had a chance to compete. I really do. The only way Oregon gets in now is if other teams lose, and that's, I guess, right? Oregon would have been better off playing Appalachians, name some dinky little town, Dixie State, right? They play a tiny little FCS school. They play Portland State. If Oregon had played Portland State week 1 instead of Auburn, Oregon might be in the top 4 right now. How lame is that? How terrible and disgusting is that? I hate that. I believe expanding the college football playoff would make for better matchups and make more enjoyable games. And I think it would make a better television product that would be more fun to watch. That is my proposition for a 16-team college football playoff. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. And I want to be very clear and open with the audience. My YouTube channel is monetized. What that means is that some of my videos make ad revenue. It's fewer than you think. A lot of them get claimed. But in the past, I've received donations from people on Patreon and PayPal. PayPal.me/Zach Schaumler. Patreon.com/Zach Schaumler. And because I'm making ad revenue, it felt kind of weird just receiving donations. I wanted to give something back for the donations. And so people who support me on Patreon can give me $1 a month, and that allows them access to a pool where they can ask questions. If you send me questions through Patreon's DM service, you comment on one of my posts on Patreon. If you give $1 a month, you can submit questions. And with my eyeballs, I look at every single question submitted. Then at the end of my podcast, I pick the best top couple questions and read them on the show and answer them in a segment I call Ask Zach. Now that's for people who have money and want to support me that way. If you have no money to give, no problem. I totally understand. I grew up in a mobile home. I've been a broke college kid. I totally get it. But if you want to help in some capacity at the end, you can support the show by telling your friends about it. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about this show. It would mean a lot to me. If you believe in my dream and you believe in this show, tell your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Guys, my name is Zach Schaumler. Thank you so very much, and hope you have a great day.